Welcome to the demo of the Prisma platform, a portfolio risk management tool that allows users to leverage advanced indicators translated into a simple way. Prisma has been developed by Augment, a FINMA-regulated quantitative asset manager based in Switzerland. Prisma is the result of a vision to democratize quantitative finance for professional and institutional investors. Thanks to our in-house team of software developers, we've been able to translate our own risk signals into a simple slider that you see here as an example, and into a more advanced tool that we are about to introduce. Now, unlike many other financial indicator providers, we stand out in two aspects. The first is the thorough research that Augment has conducted to develop the signals. For instance, we are using cutting-edge models such as an earthquake prediction model. You can find on the left side of the window the name of each indicator. Since Augment's inception, these indicators have managed to anticipate market corrections and especially black swan events like the COVID-19 crisis or the financial crisis. Note here that Augment was launched in early 2018, so from this point here, our indicators are live. If you are interested in learning more about the methodology behind Augment's indicators, feel free to sign up and have access to the indicators presentation material. You can also find articles dedicated to explain our indicators in our blog. The second element that makes Prisma innovative is the way the indicators are interpreted. Indeed, one may not know how to integrate those indicators into a decision-making process. This is because each indicator reacts differently to market conditions due to a different responsiveness and data source. So to overcome this, we have created a set of tools, the first one called Custom Indicator. It is proven that diversifying indicators, thus increasing the source of data and information, will have a positive impact in the long run. So let's take a look at the equity risk indicator, ERIC for short. We won't go into too much details here as you can find a video dedicated to this topic in the video section. But in short, ERIC is the equally weighted indicator of all 5 Augment indicators. Under use case, and for all custom indicators you create, you will be able to run cases by choosing different parameters shown here, such as the underlying where you can type any stocks or ETFs, your lower and upper bounds of your investment universe, the benchmark you want to compare your underlying with, and some other advanced parameters. Note that the rebalancing threshold is quite interesting. If the indicators move past the threshold between two rebalancing, Prisma will notify that there is a big enough change to justify doing an additional rebalancing between two periods. To take a step further, let's use a custom indicator that we will create here. And let's combine Vega, macroeconomic, and the credit indicators and equally weight them. And let's call this indicator VMC. Let's save it, and automatically it will be created here. Now, I want to use my VMC indicators on the MSCI All Country World Index and compare it with a passive allocation on the ladder. Each use case shows me the following results. Today's risk level, which indicates the percentage of cash we should have today compared to the selected lower and upper bound. Here we are at the third level in the high risk bucket, which tells me we should be 50% invested in MSCI All Country World Index and 50% in cash. Then the historical results are displayed here and are an accurate representation of Augment's ability to anticipate market corrections, such as the financial crisis or more recently, the COVID-19 crisis. For a more in-depth analysis, we can zoom in, like the COVID crisis, and show here the statistics that are adjusted, and you can see for yourself the outperformance that this indicator allowed me to achieve. Other charts are shown below, such as the exposure, the relative performance, and the drawdown, as well as a summary of the largest historical drawdown of the underlying compared to using the VMC indicator on it. Let's take another example that involves a financial institution with a recurring investment committee, such as a pension fund, asset manager, bank, insurance company, or family offices. We assume that the strategic asset allocation of this institution is 50% and that it can underweight or overweight by 20%, namely from 30% to 70%. In this case, the corresponding benchmark would be 50% of the underlying assets and 50% in cash. In the advanced section, the committee meets once a month and is able to make an ad hoc committee in case of an extraordinary event where the indicator would move more than 40% between two rebalancing periods. Finally, the transaction cost is unchanged at 5 basis points. So let's look at the performance of the COVID-19 crisis here. We see that even with a small loss of information from the indicator due to a lower rebalancing frequency, we are able to outperform the benchmark by a little less than 2%, reduce the maximum drawdown, and create an alpha of more than 3%. All of this with an average exposure of 51% and 15 to 16 rebalancing per year. So what we have presented here is currently used by over 40 clients who are professional investors, external asset managers, family office, pension funds, banks, and insurance company. They use Prisma primarily for two reasons. The first is that they do not have a dedicated quantitative team to put the huge amount of data from different financial sources into perspective. With Prisma, they are able to use our solution which can be defined as quant as a service. The second reason is that Prisma is an excellent comparison tool and decision facilitator. While a financial institution may have a quantitative team already in place, Prisma can be used as a proxy helping the analyst team and the decision makers. Now, let's look at another useful tool called notification. So as its name indicates, it allows you to receive email notifications based on the frequency, underlying, and thresholds that you can select here. So again, let's assume that a financial institution has an investment committee that takes place once a month, and that they would have a global equity market overview, and so here let's put MSCI All Country World Index, and that they want to be notified if their indicators moves more than 30% within a month. Once it is saved, of course, without forgetting to put a name for the notification, once it is saved, the financial institution will receive this notification on the second business day of the beginning of each month. Also, you can add as many notifications as you want, changing, for example, the underlying of the asset class, the threshold, or the frequency. So this tool allows any financial institutions to get a quantitative support based on our indicators and will help you in tactical choices. Going forward, the portfolio tabs here allows you to create and save your strategies with the strategic allocation you wish to follow. So let's take the basic portfolio here that I created. The first thing we can do is simulate the portfolio and compare it to a relevant benchmark, for example, the Pictet LPP 40+. Just like in the previous example using indicators, we can analyze our strategy and see how it would have performed against the selected benchmark. Now, to implement Prisma's indicators, go to the Tools section and tactical asset allocations. There you can select a portfolio you have created, the same we chose before, the desired indicator, let's take the VMC, and add your upper and lower bounds defining your tactical asset allocation. Let's see the results. The first chart is a bar chart showing the current allocation of each asset in the portfolio following its tactical asset allocation. Then again, the now familiar charts and table of statistics, target exposure, and relative performance. Note that for the same level of annualized volatility, we are able to outperform by a little less than 1 year, creating an alpha of 0.85%. So overall, Prisma is a powerful risk management tool that helps you mitigate drawdowns and therefore outperform over the long term. Prisma increases the likelihood of better anticipating major market correction and help investors better navigate through turbulent times. Thanks a lot for your time, and we look forward to speaking with you.